Hey guys, so good evening and welcome to a Wednesday edition of FaceTime with Todd Wharton. I'm your host, Todd Wharton, as always, and it's springtime. Yes, it is. It's springtime. Now, probably wondering why I'm wearing a little bit of a hoodie and, kind of a heavier shirt. Well, I do have my shorts on, but in New York City, when that sun goes down, it gets cold. So I'm not going to get caught walking outside freezing. So I got my sweats over here. I got my hoodie on, got the AC pumping in my studio right now, so we are good to go. And I am psyched to be walking outside in this New York City weather tonight. I might get a slice of pizza. I've been staying in shape. I think I've earned the right to have a slice of pizza. I might get a slice of pizza. Extra cheese, mushrooms, and a little bit of sausage. Got to have some sausage on the pizza, a little meat and cheese. All right? So I hope everybody's doing well. First of all, thank you to my virtual audience. Been watching all week. As you guys know, this is the season finale of FaceTime with Todd Wharton, and we'll get into what's going on at the end of the season. But let's talk about some of the topics that we have going on right now. Let's talk about reality check, right? Reality check. So the reality check topic of the day is homeless networking, okay? In New York City, homelessness is definitely a problem. But there's one thing that I think people should admire about homeless people and really teach themselves. There's a grind, right? Homeless people every day network, if you really think about it. Every day they're out there trying to get money. They have the same spiel. They'll be doing it for years. And if you keep doing it more and more, eventually people will give in here and there. That's a grind. That's networking. And the reason why I'm saying that, I call it homeless networking. So if you guys are trying to build your passion, you got to grind every day. You got to make people see you every single day. And you got to do your thing every single day. That's why homeless people, I don't want to see anybody homeless, but homeless people have a grind that most people should admire. It means get out there every day and let people know who you are, get a shtick, do your thing, and grind it out. Okay? Now, season 2 is going to be coming up the third week in June because season finale is this week. We're already accepting celebrity guests are already coming in. But if you have a celebrity guest, a client, or if you are a celebrity, please email us at bookings@FaceTimeWithToddWharton.com. We're already booking season 2. The guests are getting bigger and better. Now, as always, I got to talk about my man. Just got to take this off here. Got to talk about my man, Hector Macho Camacho Jr. He's got a fight coming up on June 19th in Mexico. Hector Macho versus Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., celebrity death match, I call it. And then the undercard's a great fight. It's going to be MMA fighter Anderson Silva versus Julio Cesar Jr. So that's going to be a great fight. Check it out June 19th in Mexico. Puerto Rico versus Mexico, and you can catch that on pay-per-view. Big surprise. Our finale show was supposed to be Friday with Felipe Rose of the Village People. But I got a call from DMX's people, and they love the show, and they want to come on. So we decided Sunday is going to be a Remembering DMX special edition interview show. I'm going to be interviewing the guys that drove that truck and were responsible for bringing everybody together at the Barclays Center. So we're going to do that on Sunday at 7 p.m., and it's going to be the Remembering DMX Day to go out, season 1, which is going to be great. Now, my guest coming on tonight, great guy. I've known him for probably close to 10 years now. I can't believe time is flying by real quick. He's known as Cabbie to the Stars. We're going to show this clip, and while we're watching, I'm going to bring him in. So, guys, check it out. This is Manny Anzalota, Mr. Ferrarii, Cabbie to the Stars. Check it out. Let's try that again. I think something just paused on me. Let's do that one more time. Hold on. Yeah, let's try that one more time.
Hey, Tom,
there you go.
Mr. Ferrarii, and even inviting the driver to visit him backstage at his Broadway. You're not going to believe what? I got into that guy's cab. Whoa! He showed me the picture. He's sitting Mr. Ferrari. We took a picture together. It was like the whole situation. When we were doing the story, I said, "You just told us this now?" I was saying it. That's gotta be right.
Clearly, the Cabbie unimpressed. He never posted the picture. Didn't have the photo.
Yes,
So the
yes.
driver has been pretty anonymous until now. So meet or meet.
Got a duck.
How are you, man?
Do you remember me from that?
So you remember your encounter with us?
Unbelievable, right? You told me the whole story of Tom Hanks.
She was giving me pretty pictures, and I said I have to go home for a stretch, but needles and then.
I know her.
Absolutely.
Your cat's like a magnet. He's been telling us
Isn't
people too. Who else did you get?
Brian Williams,
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper,
Yeah.
Elliot Spitzer.
Oh, you got him?
Well, he said he wasn't him, so I'm not even sure. Liz Tyler?
I'm so surprised they found you. Of all the cabbies in New York, it's so great to see you.
He said people skipped him on that. He was generous. She's such a company mate.
All right, guys, please let's welcome my good friend for 10 years. Let's welcome Manny Anzalota. I keep doing that. You know what it is? I got
Anzalota.
Anzalota. I'm Italian. I should be able to answer that. Let's welcome Mr. Ferrari to the show. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
You
Thank
good?
you for having me.
I see you. Look at the people going on here. What's going on here? You got the little skunk thing going on there. I like that, man.
I
You
don't
got the
know.
little white.
It's just growing. It's just growing.
Nah, that's dope, man. I like that. It looked like two fangs growing off your chin right there.
After a month, first time I dress up just for you.
I love it. I appreciate that, man. So, Manny, as always, welcome to FaceTime with Todd Wharton, man, in the finale week. I hope you're having a great day. This is a great week. Got a lot of great guests, very eclectic, very different, and this is what it's all about. So, Manny, let's get into it, brother. A lot of people, if they don't know your full story, let's talk about that a little. So, you've been a cab driver for how long?
I say about 15 years.
Mm-hmm. 15 years.
Well,
So what made you get into the cab business?
Well, one day I was in the gym. I was working out to get in shape, and a friend of mine told me, "Hey, you should try to drive a cab. You got a great personality. You get to meet a lot of great people." And he was right. I got to meet so many people, so many connections, and so many, great people that I've met through this time. And I even met Humans of New York, the guy Brandon Stanton. He writes stories in New York. One day he gets in my cab. That guy got in my cab. I gave him the story about me and Tom Hanks when he was in my cab, and the story went viral. And that's how all this happened, because of that guy.
It's crazy. It's crazy, right? How you could be working all your life, in that moment you meet the right person at the wrong time. And I always say right at wrong because, I mean, what's the right time? Like, it's coincidence, it's fate, right? So you're always in a place you never know, and you're a cab driver, and he kind of just gave you a name, Mr. Ferrari, with two eyes, and here we are. Like, that's pretty crazy.
When I met Tom Hanks, I was wearing a Ferrari hat. So he called me Mr. Ferrari, and we stay in touch. 6 months later, he invited me to his Broadway show with my ex-girlfriend. And we've been in touch for the last 8 years. We've been in touch. He's invited me to see his wife, Rita Wilson, at the Cafe performing. He invited me to his book signing. And today, we still keep in touch through email. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, too. We're hoping in season 2, because I think but I'm going to try to get Rita, because she seems like a sweetheart.
Oh, she is.
And a really good person to interview. So, I mean, let's get back to the cab days. So you've been doing it for 15 years. It obviously has become a career. How has that business affected you when Uber and Lyft and everybody started coming in? Because it seems like yellow cabs are diminishing in New York City. How has that affected you personally?
Well, destroy the company. Yellow cabs were hustling more. I got a great personality, so I always meet great people. I do a lot of tours. People hire me. So I get to survive that way. And, the cab industry, like I rent the cab for $900 a week. It's very expensive, big overhead.
Really?
So you got to pay for that, surcharges and everything, gas. It adds up to a lot of money in a month. After that, you got to pay for yourself. and the hustle and bustle is real. But I'm so glad I get a lot of people that hire me for the day. My days are nice. But you know, the industry had went down a few months ago where I used to work, because I've been out of work for 13 months.
Right.
The owner, real nice guy, he was getting some new Tesla yellow cabs for me to ride them and perform um, you know, promote them. But the deal wasn't good enough. So if something's not good, I'm just not gonna do things for people. I'm tired of doing that. They intend to forget about you and just think about themselves. So I try to be fair about things, and if it's not, just leave it alone.
Yeah. And it's I mean, first of all, I'm sorry that that happened. It just seems
But
people are missing that personal touch, because it seems there are cabbies out there that are a little more personable than if you have an Uber, because a lot of these Uber guys were never meant to be cab drivers. They're doing it to make extra money.
no,
They're using their own personal car. And the other thing is they're worried that, like, they're using their own car. So there's a lot of very personal, intimate things there. They don't want people to get sick or anything
right.
like that.
And remember, yellow cab drivers got to go to school to get their hack license and know everything and be
Right.
experienced. So you come better off with a yellow cab no matter what, anytime. The car, as you see, is a yellow cab. It's not a black car. It could be disguised. A lot of these
Right.
drive people around, talking in the phone, everything. When I'm driving, I don't talk to no one. I get to meet them. They Google me. They start laughing. I write stories in them. I take pictures, and I write a lot of passenger stories. Hashtag passenger story. So I just make it fun. I do videos, pictures. I do the best I can, and I even take their pictures, take them to hot spots, let them be celebrities sometimes. I overdo it for the same price.
Which is great. And first of all, let's say hi to our virtual audience. I see people are making some comments. Guys, how you doing? We appreciate you for being here tonight.
Hi, Julie from Australia.
Yeah. This thing, more people come in as the night goes on. But let's talk about some of the things that you've experienced. You had an opportunity to have a nice interview with Inside Edition. She rode in your car, and she asked you a really cool question. What are the types of people that you really look for in having a good time? Who do you enjoy the most when it's in your car? And you said couples. Now, why is that? Why do you like working with couples the most?
So basically, couples, when they go out to dinner and they have wine and they get along, I just have such a great conversation with them. It just happens
Yeah.
automatically, and even the elderlies. Um, and you know, like you were saying, they asked me who are the best people. It doesn't matter who it is; it's their personality. So a lot of couples that I've met turn out to be the best, especially if they live here or they're just visiting here and just looking for a great time.
Oh, wow. And I would definitely love to see you're continuing doing this on the streets. I mean, if you got your own car eventually again, was able to do you could do whatever you want, right? You could put pictures all over your car of
Well,
all the people that have been in there at the top. And when people get in, they'll be like, oh my God.
there's a lot of restrictions when it comes to the yellow cab, but you know, I get to put a picture or two. That's fine enough. And sometimes a little tablet where it just posts pictures and videos fast of who's been in the car.
Yeah. Or, I mean, the best thing is, the ad screen, now you could put yourself in the back. What you could do is put the ad screen in the back and have a running commercial that goes every minute. So when the people are in the car and they're watching the commercial, they'll be like, wait, is that you?
Yeah,
And
those
they'll
are
be
things.
like, oh my God.
And even outside the car, you could put the who's driving, but it all costs money. So the overhead starts to go so high that what you make is so much less. You know what I'm saying? This
Not if you
good.
talk,
This is
not if you
good.
talk to me.
This is good for like a little show that I don't have to hustle, and it's done, and I just give myself and just do what I do without worrying about all those things, and then that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. Well, actually, that ad thing that you put in your car, you can do that yourself. All you just do is take a tablet, you put it up to the window, you do your own little reels, and the reels on the tablet will be you. And you just put and you don't even have to worry about all that stuff. There's a lot of ways of getting around things, and I know that.
Yeah,
And
you
it works.
you're a one man show, Todd. You're a one man show.
I try to be. I hope I did you justice by the promo that we have for you today.
Thank you.
Hope you liked it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I had some fun with it today. No, it was really cool. The clip that we were just showing, obviously that was years back, but people don't realize where so many people came from. Now that was the Today Show, and you had the honor of meeting Tamron Hall before she really became Tamron Hall's show. She's a
Yeah.
sweetheart.
And I got to drive Hoda Cabbie in the car. So I got invited to the show to surprise her.
Of Hoda.
Hoda, so she's really, really, really nice.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now they said that you were kind of hard to find. You were keeping a very low profile. What made you decide to come out and come into the spotlight? Because Matt Lauer mentioned that you were keeping a low profile for a little while.
Because the media kept reaching out to me. Like the newspaper, the New York Post, they reached out a few times. They want to take pictures. In Touch Weekly magazine, this one here,
Mm-hmm.
they were reaching out to me a few times, and they gave me a nice, check this out. They gave me a nice, I don't know if you can see it,
Yeah, we can see it. That's very cool.
nice
Yeah,
two-page
that's awesome, man.
stars, you know. They did a nice
Yeah.
write, put a few pictures of whoever's been in my car. And that's just a little bit. I had so many people that I forget their names, like Drew.
Oh, yeah.
I had Drew Barrymore in the car. I had John Lennon's son, Sean Lennon. I've had Peter Dinklage, of course. The Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I don't know her whole name.
Elaine Louise Dreyfus.
Yes, and I had the Prince of Greece. His name is Pavlos, and his
Yeah.
famous Marie Chantal. I mean, a lot, and I had two billionaires that invite me, and they've helped me out through the pandemic last year. One is a head funch guy named Michael Platt, very wealthy guy, worth $10 billion. I made the Forbes magazine because of him. They did a nice article. And another head funch guy named Michael Loeb, Loeb. He invites me to his mansion on 72nd Street between Madison and Park. It's from 1891, and it's 6.5 stories. He invites me every year. I didn't go this year. Every year for Halloween. VIP, really nice. Next time I'll take you.
Man, but it's platonic, right? We're going as brothers, like we boys. We ain't going on no date.
We go at Belushi Brothers.
Oh, hell yes. Hell yeah. And we got to meet a lot of women, man. I'm going to tell you right now. You know my feel.
Really,
You
really.
know my flow. We're going to have fun.
And matter of fact, those two billionaires, they're one that show billions.
Oh, yeah, really?
Billions, yeah. And it's funny how I just met up with them. You know?
Yeah. So you had guys on. I'm actually working on him now with a friend of mine. You had Billy Zane on. How was Billy Zane? I heard he's very mellow, but he's really a cool, down-to-earth guy.
Nice guy. This is what happened. So I'm driving down 2nd Avenue and 50th Street. There's a store in the corner. There's two big black bouncers. Big. They pull me over. I open the door. They're not getting in. I'm saying, what's going on? So a guy comes in my car in the front next to me, and the two bouncers sit in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Over is Billy Zane. So Billy Zane was going somewhere private. He had these two guys. I drove down, and then I had my magazine in the car. Once he saw that, he was trying to keep a low profile. He gets in my car. Wrong car, but the right car, because if they tell me to stay quiet about everything, I stay quiet. I don't give nobody in. So I took them somewhere, and he looks at me. He goes, "You want a photo?" I said, "Sure." He goes, "We're going to take a photo. You're going to tweet it to me next week. I'm going to retweet it. How's that?" I go, "Perfect." So that's what we did. And then we did a little video, 5 seconds. My video died, so I didn't get too much out of him. But he's a real nice guy, and he did tweet it.
Yeah, he seemed like it. And I have to ask you, I mean, it's not at the first couple of times it's a coincidence, and I know Tom Hanks gave you the name sort of boosting your status, but how are you getting all these celebrities to come into your cab? It's not a coincidence after a while.
So it's known that I bring people lots of luck, and I have that I don't know. I just attract them somehow because I get a lot of them. I get a lot of just talking. I look, and I'm like they're busy all the way through, so I don't get pictures and I don't get to talk to them sometimes. but they were in my car. And I'm saying, how the hell this happens? You know, I had Maxwell sing in the car, really
Yeah.
guy, you know, I mean, so many people, but politicians, I had Elliot Spitzer,
Mm-hmm.
I had him before. Anderson Cooper was a nice guy at the time. Remember the Waltons, Richard Thomas,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
about 12 years ago. He was very nice. We took some nice pictures. Real nice guy. I have Rosanna Scotto just by
Oh
chance.
yeah, from Fox 5. Yep.
I was on that show, A Good Day New York, like 5, 6 years ago. But I was driving one day. I just picked her up too. You know. So today's her birthday. Happy birthday to Rosanna Scotto. I
Happy
think
birthday, Rosanna.
during this time of pandemic or my COVID, if you want to get to that in a little while, she reached
Mm-hmm.
out to me with a lot of great support and gave me a nice shout out on the show.
So you're telling me that every one of these people that were in your car was pretty much coincidence. It was fake. Nobody knew how to book you, to call you, and anything. See, this is what's crazy. You've had so many people in your car from all industries, and a lot of people always asking me, why doesn't Mr. Ferrari have his own show, website, where people can call the website and be like, hey, blah, blah, blah is coming to town. She'd like to ride in your car and give you an interview.
Love to put that together eventually, but I've gotten
Easy.
tired of so many people saying they're gonna help me, they're gonna help me, they're gonna help me. It went on for so long that after a while, it just gets you tired. You gotta work, you gotta make your money. I've lost money in the past too, and what I wanted to do was do a coffee table with all my stories, and that'll be nice. The coffee table book with all the stories that people tell me in the cab, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, but what you do in driving, people love visual a lot more than reading. It's just the way it is today. People are more into visual video than actually picking up a book. I can't remember the last time I've seen somebody actually go and pick up a book and read. I mean, with what you're doing, we're boys for 10 years. I can just tell you how to do it yourself because it's really easy. You don't have to be you just need somebody to say, dude, all you have to do is this. And then you could do it yourself because right now, we're in COVID time. You're unemployed, like you said. There's no better time for you to put something together than right now because now springtime's coming. They're starting to open up a little more. By the time you get that stuff done, all you got to do is call somebody and start putting the word out that, hey, here's my website, here's my numbers. If you guys want to ride in my car and get a nice, cool, quick interview with me,
Yeah.
let's do it. That's it.
But Todd,
Done.
energy back, because I had the COVID-19 pneumonia since April 2nd. I've been in the hospital sick. I'm home in oxygen, recovering. I feel weak. I did this interview because I believe in you. You're a great guy.
Thanks, man.
And, I'm on steroids right now. So I'm trying to take care of that issue. Once I get rid of that issue and get myself strong, then I go on to the next step. Because I was offered last year to be a chauffeur for a very rich company. I mean, a very rich family. But due to the COVID, everybody's quarantined. That when it kept postponing month after month after month after month. So this gig here was a stretch Lincoln town car to drive. These are international contractors to drive the people they work for, that they did work for, like from Dubai, the Prince, from Italy, from Africa. I mean, all these people, when their customers come to town, I'm the guy showing them around, taking them around. Plus, not using that car and using their regular car to take the family shopping around. And they were very nice to me. They say, hey, when we eat, you go everywhere we go, we take good care of you. And it was very, very good offer. So it's still up in the air.
It sounds like a great offer. It sounds like somebody's looking for somebody to not only drive them, but
Yeah, they saw me an Inside Edition, and they just reached out to me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they probably realize that because you've been around celebrities and you know how to handle them, because they work with celebrities, they want a driver that they like and that can handle themselves once a big name comes around.
And
Probably it.
when I get people in my car, they walk in the car, they go, hey, you look nice, it smells good here. You got nice music, thank you. I cater to my people. Make sure the car always smells good, sanitized. I look good, at least from the head up. That's what they see. And a lot of time they want to sit in the front, they want to talk, and they don't want to leave sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I build a lot of relationships like that. So
Yeah, and which is a really good thing. Let's go back to the COVID thing. How you now I know you're on steroids and everything, but I want people to understand it wasn't just COVID that you were dealing with. And this was one of the issues that Dr. Fauci, a lot of people brought up as well. You also have diabetes, correct?
yeah,
So you're dealing with the double negative right
yeah,
now.
yes.
How were you coping with that, and how were they able to supplement the medication on both parties?
Well, when I was in the hospital for 5 days recently, from April 5th to the 10th, they were giving me injections not to get blood clots in my legs. They were injecting insulin in me because my sugar levels were going 450 to 500.
Right.
So, steroids and antibiotics, they took such good care of me there. Once they send the oxygen home, I had oxygen home. I didn't see a nurse for like 11 days. I was making calls, insurance, doctors, this, it just went bad. So I decided just to take care of myself with what I have. And I've been doing pretty good with that. Tomorrow I have an appointment. That'd be great. I lost 30 pounds. So
Okay.
my AC1 level is like 6'3" right about now. I got to get it to 5. So I benefit in the same way, at least with the weight loss. But I do feel weak and tired when I walk because recovery, it takes time.
Right.
But I've had so much support where people send me food to my house every day and all vitamins, all supplements, everything that I need.
Mhm.
Gift cards to make sure that I'm good. People that I've met in the cab, people that I've never met. I got a friend of mine that comes to my house every other day to make sure I'm okay, brings me food. I got a customer that's coming tomorrow by my house. She said, if it's okay. I said, sure. She wants to see me. She met her in the city. I met her in the show with Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. Her name is Linda. She's a real sweetheart. She doesn't live here. She lives in Washington, I think, but she likes to come to New York once a week to walk around, take pictures. She loves New York.
Wow.
And unfortunately, her husband passed away last year. She wants to come see me at the kindness of her heart, which these things help me. I get inspired. It boosts me. It gives me inspiration, motivation. It makes me optimistic, you know, knowing that people just nice. It's not about the money.
Yeah.
Money helps, but making sure that they know you're in good health. And Todd, let me tell you, I was in my house with oxygen level down to 87 for 10 days. That's to go brain dead. My social media, since I post up, they saw this. They sent the ambulance, the fire department, the police department to the front of my house, banging on my door. I couldn't even get up. I was so weak, tired, my eyes hurt. I was screaming in the house, this COVID thing making me go crazy. They said, did I call the emergency? I said, no. But guess what? I need the ATM. I need an emergency. I grabbed my stuff. I left to the EMT put oxygen on me. I felt better.
Mhm.
Uh, I went there. They took care of me for 5 days really well. But now, tomorrow, I'm getting my insulins and the injections not to get blood clots in your legs. So that's what I'm dealing with right now.
So one of the I'm sorry that you're going through that, by the way. I don't wish that on anybody,
Yeah, man.
especially you. When are you going to start therapy to get yourself back
Well,
into physical
I had,
shape?
a, I had a nurse yesterday here trying to help me out and get all
Mhm.
this information together. I'm on the phone. She's on the phone trying to get this. It took 3 hours to get it together. So,
So how's this been affecting you mentally wise? Because
well,
when a
mentally,
lot of people don't realize your physical and your mental go hand in hand. How's that been with you in your head?
it feels like a vampire sucked all the liquids out of my body. My muscles are flat, they soft. My legs are soft. I mean, my legs are small. They never were small. I lost weight, so I look a little better than before. But the
Yeah.
problem is, I'm tired. I'm like walking like a puppet. Like, I got to get up. I got to get water. I got to get tea. I live by myself. I'm a single guy, very happy. I like being single. One day I'll meet a nice girl, but for now, I'm just going to try to get my act together and, you know, um, find somebody compatible to me. I don't like headaches. I don't like arguing. I'm very generous. I, I treat my ladies nice. So
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. I mean, I don't like being single. I mean, I'm single. I have fun when I'm single, but yeah, I definitely prefer it. But I don't just settle. I want to be with somebody when I wake up. There's somebody I want to be with,
yeah,
not because I just have somebody there. I grew up in a family where my parents, for a long time, were staying together for the kids, but they
right.
weren't happy. And I don't want that. And I appreciate that as a kid, but at the same time, I don't. I'd rather be single than being in a relationship that's just not healthy for either one of us. And it's just not fair to either one of you, right? Just to have somebody on the side. I mean,
Life is short.
you're playing yourself.
Life is short. And by the way, I got wonderful neighbors upstairs. Denise Ramos, she's from Angels of the Night. She feeds the homeless every Monday nights. And her husband David, they've been wonderful to me. They check on me because I leave the door open. They check on me so many times a day. When she comes home, she always brings me food, alcohol, blankets, anything that I need. She is a blessing. She's become a good friend. Her name is Denise Ramos. Thank you, my love.
Yeah, and I appreciate people for doing that. I just put another picture of you and Tom Hanks because the reason why I'm doing a lot of Tom really ignited this whole Cabbie
Yes.
of the Story thing.
You
Now,
see
this
that?
picture, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, we
that is when he was doing Philadelphia, correct?
no, that's the fist bump right there. We did a fist bump. That's his book signing. So his book signing,
Oh, that was the book title. Okay,
the day before that, we were in the bar watching his wife perform. We chilled there for a little while. The lady Linda that's coming by to check on me, I met her there that same time too. So
right.
Tom invited me the next day to go to his book signing. So you couldn't film when I went there. I waited in the long line. I didn't have to, but I waited in the long line because I should have been videotaping because from the moment he saw me, he started saying, "Hey, Mr. Ferrarii, does anybody here know Mr. Ferrarii?" I never got that on film because I was trying to respect them from that. And
Yeah,
reading online and he's autographing all the books, he just kept talking to me about the night before. He goes, "How was Rita Wilson performing?" I said, "She was great." And then we spoke back and forth. He goes, "It was great seeing you. I'll tell Rita Wilson you say hello." And he goes, "Tell your lady I say hello." Because the lady that he invited me to his Broadway show years ago, it was called
right.
Lucky Guy. I
That's
went with
right.
the next lady and backstage. We hanged out. We had a great time there. He autographed the Ferrari hat, the Ferrari shirt. He just gave me a lot of time in there, and it was a wonderful thing up to this day. Last year when he got the COVID, I sent him a nice email with blessings and everything, and he responded back. He says, "A smile to all your miles. Thank you, Mr. Ferrari."
And that's awesome. And when he was on, I think it was GMA that said it. Um, he said Tom's been in a lot of cars,
Wait
but
one second. I'm gonna get a book.
okay. So, guys, while he's waiting for the book, um, this is the season's finale of FaceTime with Todd Wharton. Again, thank you to everybody who's been watching. Um, it's been crazy the amount of people I've had on 5 days a week, almost 90 celebrities. So I'm privileged and honored, and season 2 is already being booked. So right now we're back with Miss Ferrari. Let's check out this book that you got going on, man.
See this book here?
Yeah.
This book's been out I don't know how many years, right? So this book is called The World According to Tom Hanks, from the bestseller author of The Tale of Bill Murray, right? So I never knew that that they wrote about me in this book.
Oh, they did?
They wrote about me, a friend of mine, and my friend upstairs, Denise's husband, ordered this book for me. And then I started looking. Hold on 1 minute. We started looking because somebody sent me a message saying, "Hey, you're in this book." So check this out. Here's the book, right? You see the little page down there, right there?
Yeah, the highlight. Yeah.
Right? It starts there, right? Check this out. And then it goes on to the next full page.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That's really cool that he included you in his book.
Yeah. I never knew that.
Hopefully,
I never knew
that'll be
that.
really cool. That'll be really cool if one day, if you're doing something and he takes the opportunity, opens the book, and he reads the chapter, the 2 pages, and you could
Yeah,
film it. That would be dope.
that'll be nice.
Seriously,
Thanks for
that's
telling
marketing. That would be incredible. And he's like, listen, Tom Hanks wrote about me. And Tom's like, you know what? I'm going to read what I wrote. And you could film it. And I think that would be so cool.
me. You want me to film that, send it to you?
Oh, yeah. If you get him to read it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You get Tom Hanks to read what he wrote and you film it, get him to sign it right there. That's just great because people don't understand. Like at the end of the day, celebrities, when they're making all this money, they're in the spotlight. Tom Hanks is probably one of the most recognized faces on the planet. But at the end of the day, we forget celebrities are human beings. And a lot of people forget that because they're in the spotlight all the time. But Tom has proven that, listen, he's like everybody else. He met you. He even said it, I think, on GMA, where he was like, listen, I've been in a lot of cabs, but I happened to meet this guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was great. And then you guys developed a relationship. When he's in town, if he has a party, he hits you up. Rita once in a while will show you love. That's awesome. And the best part about what you don't do, you don't ask them for a lot because a lot of people do that when they become an acquaintance of a celebrity. They start asking the celebrity for all this stuff. And what happens is the celebrity fades out because they realize they're not trying to get into my good graces. They're trying to get into what I have. And like with me, and most of the celebrities I have on here, and people always asking me, how do you get these people on your show? There's a lot of other things involved, but a lot of people that come on is because for the past 10 years, I've built relationships with people. And it had nothing to do with using it. It had to do with just saw them at an event. We had a good time. We saw each other at a party. We exchanged numbers. Once in a while, we get a beer, a drink, go on a double date. And that's how you build relationships. It's not about when you meet somebody like a Tom Hanks, you're like, hey, can I get everything from you? Because you'll lose it.
And I was never really a fan, you know. Matter of fact, when I met him, he wanted to take a picture of me and post it. And I told him, let's wait till we get out. And I took the picture with my phone. So if not, this would have been recognized a long time ago, further.
Mm-hmm.
See, I messed up by saying that, you know? And
nah, you didn't mess up. If anything, it's more respect. He respected you for it.
And you know, a lot of time I drop things off by his apartment. A lot of times, and the dog guys, they talk to me and everything. I drop a lot of people off where he lives too, you know. A lot of people, oh, we know Tom Hanks, great guy, whatever. But yeah, he's amazing. He's very humble, and he goes out there and walks and goes around, and you know, it's been a while. It's been a while. His wife Rita Wilson's giving me a lot of life shout outs out there, saying, hi, Manny, I know you're the guy who drove Tom Hanks. Which is,
yeah, well, she did that on an Instagram post, right? You went into the thing and she recognized you right away.
popped up and said hello, you know. Listen, I'm very humble. If a lot of great things happen to me with money and this and that, I'm the same guy. I meet a lot of people that they try to they try to become stars and everything. They feel like they got to change their way of talking and behavior.
Right.
It just messes them up. For me, you know, if that's the way you want to be my friend, fine. If you don't, that's on you. You know, I'm not like that. I'm just a good person, and you're lost. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I definitely agree with that. Guys, if you're not aware, I'm speaking to Manny Anzalota, Mr. Ferrarii. You can check him out on IG at Mr.Ferrarii with 2 eyes. Remember that, it's 2 eyes. That's what makes him unique. All right. So follow me at Todd Wharton Official. Interview celebrities 5 days a week. So Manny, do you miss it? I mean, I know it's been a while. Do you really miss the one-on-one-ness when you're driving people? It's been 13 months.
Yes. Yeah. It's been that long since I've been out of work. I've been quarantined because the world has changed. I was trying to be careful, take care of, my situations. I do miss the connection. From having all those connections and having no connections and living alone, it takes a hell of a brain to survive,
Oh, yeah.
And getting in the car, meeting people, they Google you, they they want to take a picture with you, or you do stories with them, having fun throughout the night. Of course, I miss that. If I own my own cab without that big overhead, I will go into the streets 4 days a week, and I will do, one day charity, something fun, connected with people that will support me on that issue. I would
Yeah.
do that. It's fun, Todd. Um, but I do miss it. But I know it's going to be hard if I do go back. It's really going to be hard to survive and make money. And I feel like everything always turns out to be okay no matter what.
It is okay. And, when you get better, like I said, when you're feeling up to it, and obviously we'll talk offline because they're just simple steps. You know what it is? A lot of people have a lot of great opportunities, but sometimes they need that swift kick in the ass to motivate them. But they also need somebody just to point them in the right direction and then take it on yourself because I mean, there are steps to doing what you're doing and you can make it happen. Between the website, obviously finding how much the licensing and everything costs, what are you going to need to make per month, stuff like that. The camera stuff's easy. I mean,
Yeah.
phones or cameras. So it all comes down to where do you cut costs, but still make it presentable? And it could happen. You just got to be pointed in the right direction.
This is small stuff because the billionaire that I met, Michael Platt, when I met him with his girlfriend, they were drinking wine. They were a couple. They were really nice. They were saying, "Oh, it's great music here." I picked them up by Comedy Central, and I took them to his penthouse where Christy Brinkley used to live, Park Avenue South. I'm taking them there. He never told me he was a billionaire, never. But he gave me hundreds of dollars that night that I was able to go home. And I was like, "What's this?" And he says, "No, don't worry about it, my friend." And then he gave me more on tips, like a few hundred. And I'm like, "What's this?" So he told me his name. He said it's a head punch guy, and that was it. When I went home and Googled this guy, he was worth $8 billion. During the pandemic, he went up to 10 billion. He just finished building a yacht called Arrow, Arrow. It's worth $350 million. But our conversation was he liked the music, it smelled good, he liked my personality. We spoke about business, about having Cadillac Escalades with bouncers to create a big business. That was my idea. So I went big. He says, "We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk."
Yeah.
And the problem was the pandemic again. But
Well, I'm sure you're still keeping in touch with him, correct?
he keeps in touch with me through Instagram.
That's great, though. I mean, that's how you do it. And I'll be honest with you, you should really start considering at least get a meeting going because you can always say to him, "Listen, on top of what we're talking about, I would like to add in the Mr. Ferrari show because obviously, and that could be a part of it. I mean, you get that locked in. Obviously, the money is there, right? All you need is somebody to show you the little things to do. You'll rock it out of the park, bro."
But let me tell you, because of the pandemic, everything has been on standstill. So I just try to be calm and just if it comes, it comes. But he does. Last year, he paid my rent for 6 months.
Uh,
And then after that, he was like, "You need anything, whatever." So, it's like, that's what he did was nothing, but it was a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? I met him October 2019. You know how much money he made that year? According to why Google, $2 billion.
yeah, and he's investing in you. So you want to know what's cool? This guy's obviously good at what he does, right? He's a very good investor. He's a money man.
He's a
But you know what he's doing with you? I don't know if you realize this. Even though he's doing a good deed like a humanitarian, people that have a lot of money like to invest in things that they see can be profitable.
right.
He's looking at you as a good investment, which is such a compliment. I
Well,
don't know if you realize that you are a good investment because you built something out of nothing because of who you are. And out of nowhere, fate said, "This is what Manny should be doing," right? And the guy saw that. So he invested in you by helping you out. Why? Because when this is all over, he's pretty much going to tell you, "Listen, Manny, I know I did a lot of great things for you, but I wasn't just doing it from the kindness of my heart. I was also investing in you because I see something that you're doing that needs somebody like me to get to that level where you need to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's doing, which is pretty cool.
Well, listen, you know, financially, I took a big toll. Since I do a 1099 form, I don't do W-2 like everybody right now collecting $800 a week. I only
Right.
382. So I try to survive with that, what I have. I go nowhere. I just pay my bills. That's it. And it still is hard because I got into credit card debt. But everything will be taken care of later. These are just the things that are happening. I talk about it. People don't like talking. I talk. Big deal.
Okay.
You know,
Real cool.
very optimistic. Things will turn to be okay. When I feel better and I get that fire that you get up and you just make everything possible, then I'll be there with that. I just don't want to be. I want to create a business with these people, and the opportunity's there. It's
Yeah,
just
and that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to happen. I could definitely see pretty much the Ferrari show happening in a bigger way because you already have enough people that know who you are. And I'll be honest with you, once the Hanks find out you created a legitimate business of the Ferrari with TVs and everything, I can see Tom Hanks or even Rita going on the thing, be like, "Hey guys, great news! Cabbie of the Starsman Ferrari, you can actually ride with him now when you come to New York. Contact him at this and watch. Your phone's going to start ringing. And you're going to need an assistant. You'd be like, all right, this is who you have today. You'll have like 5 different people. And you know what you get? When you drive them, you get a 7-minute interview. You get a 6-minute interview. You get a 5. And then you just edit it, put it all together. And then you just start making a show out of it. B-reels and everything. So easy to do. Man, I could show you how to do that. That's simple. I do it myself.
yeah.
It's easy. I'm telling you, it's going to happen, man. Just be patient. But when you get it, work your ass off. Don't let anybody deter you, man, because you know me. It doesn't matter what negativity is happening in your life. You take the negative, you flip it, and make sure it turns into something positive. Because when you wake up and you're doing what you love, that is the best morning sunshine that's going to smack you right in the face that you can ever have.
Absolutely, Tom.
Let's see that hat, man, because I know there's a Ferrari signal on that bad boy. Right? And then you got something in the back, right?
Tell me if you can see this.
I do. You got the city, and I think that's an apple. And you got the Tom Hanks signature, right? That's so cool, man. Yo, one day you should put that on display in a glass thing. It'll be a coin. Seriously.
I'll try
You
one.
could start giving away tourists like little red hats that say Mr. Ferrari.
Well, look at this. I went to the pharmacy the other day to get my meds. I got a cap, right? I wrote this.
That's so cool.
Check this out. I put the little New York sign inside there.
Yeah.
And then this. Hope.
Got the little heart. All right.
And
I
right,
see you, man.
hope.
Hope?
You see it? Hope.
Yeah, I do. It's backwards, just the way the screen is.
So I managed to get the car. He kept me company through the night.
Not a problem. Manny, listen, I know you
Todd, hold on. I got a nice autograph here for you.
thank you, man. I wish I wish you could slide it through the phone.
That was
But
me
you
a
can't.
couple of years ago, huh? But your name is there. Everything's cool.
Thank you, man. I'm sure we're gonna see each other soon.
Milk. So
Yeah,
tonight,
we're definitely gonna see each other soon.
I got so many of them, Todd, right? That tonight, I have kids that have autism. I have a lot of parents that are always reaching out to me. They want something. So tonight, look at this. I got so many of them.
You got to sign them each.
I'm going to start signing and start mailing stuff out for people, It's just the little things, man. It's the little things.
That's exactly what I try to tell people all the time. Old school is the best school. If you guys always want to grow, it's the little things which really make the biggest impact, and it really, really does.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time. I still, to this day, when it's the holidays, even though I got 300 contacts on my phone, I take 7 hours and I message each person Merry Christmas. because that goes a long way in sending out a group text, because there's no meaning behind a group email, group
Yeah.
text. It's just an easy way to say Merry Christmas, but there's nothing personable about it. I still miss my mother sending me Hallmark cards. So
Yeah, I miss my.
which,
It's been 14 years, Todd. That's hard on me every night when I used to come from work, and even up to today, because she was a good woman.
no, thank you, man. Yeah, I
God bless.
appreciate that.
Her name was Rosa Rizalina Aviles. Mama, I love you.
Yeah, and she obviously did a good job, man. Good job. And we got some people coming on now. DJ Damiars from EPMD is here. My girl Allison from Cleveland for You. She's in touch with a lot of politicians from Eric Adams. And the list goes on, Senator Comrie. So they wanted to chime in and say hi.
You know Christopher Martin that you had on yesterday?
Oh, yeah, Play from Kid and Play.
When he was with Kid and Play, I mentioned the lemon tree yesterday. He got excited. He go, I used to work around there. So I used to hang out with him and his friend through all those little clubs back in the days, you know? But I know his friend better than him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Play was.
I was always in the club 5 days a week, Todd.
Oh, I can imagine. I could definitely see you in that. Come on, all the Latin boys were always out there in the clubs doing their thing. I get it. And yeah, Play was such a gentleman. I'm a big fan of Play, not just because I'm an artist. He's just a really great guy. I just love chopping it up with him. Really good dude.
You know, 6 years ago, there's a big show in Japan. They reached out to me. They were willing to fly me down, but I don't like to fly. And they did a whole show on me here with that Tom Hanks thing and everything.
Yeah, sure.
And they are the nicest people. They are such polite, nice people. They pay me. They pay breakfast. They pay lunch. They were with me throughout the whole day. I was making them laugh.
And that's the way it should be. The world should be full of laughter. And hopefully your car is going to come back, because it seems when people are in your cab and you probably get out there on your own, you're making them people a lot more happier for at least that 5-10 minutes just driving with you. And with everything going on right now, I think the world needs a lot more of that.
I'm all for the underdog. When I'm in the city working, homeless people come to the car, always give them money, food, whatever I have. One day there was a guy that was so hungry, I took him into McDonald's. That they didn't allow him in there. I got him a Happy Meal, came outside, gave him his food. He was dirty. He goes to me, I will hug you, but I'm dirty. So I just gave him a big hug no matter what. That was such a good feeling for my heart that night.
And that's the way it should be, man. And first of all, Manny, I want to thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me on.
Of course. I want to thank you for being on FaceTime with Todd Wharton in finale week. If you guys don't know, you can definitely check Manny out at Mr.Ferrarii with 2 eyes right here on Instagram. All the videos, the pictures of a lot of celebrities, all the interviews he's done with Inside Edition, GMA, The Today Show, Tom Hanks, everything is on his Instagram. He has a great history with a lot of great people. And I guarantee you when COVID's up, you're going to be seeing him a lot more.
Yeah, now I was Univision, Despierta America, Primer Impacto, all those reporters and executives up to today, they still keep in touch with me. They've been sending me a lot of love while I've been sick. And a lot of hours.
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Reciprocating good things to good people. That's the way it should be.
It lifts your spirit, Todd.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. And speaking of lifting spirits, excited about the rest of the week. Give you guys an update tomorrow night. I got Emmy-winning producer and Emmy nominee of the daytime show, The Bay, Miss Kira Reed-Lausch, is going to be here tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to interviewing her. Friday, we got the great, iconic, the original member and founder of the Village People, Mr. Felipe Rose, is going to be in the house on Friday night. And then I have a special final show, which is going to be on Sunday, May 2nd. This Sunday coming up is going to be the final show of season 1 of FaceTime with Todd Wharton. I have the honor, I'm going to be interviewing the 3 gentlemen that were driving the monster truck with DMX casket in the back during the memorial service at the Barclays Center. And these are the gentlemen that really organized that whole entire thing. And they reached out to me, so I'm going to chop it up with them on Sunday. And that show is going to be Remembering DMX, and that's how we're going to close season 1. So on behalf of myself, Mr. Ferrarii, Tom Hanks, Rita Wilson, and Wilson, I'm going to find Wilson one day, I'm telling you. I want to thank everybody for watching FaceTime with Todd Wharton tonight. Please, guys, even though the rules are being lifted, still wear your mask, practice social distancing, take care of your fellow friends and neighbors and humans, because we're all in this together, and we all deserve to stay. Yeah, what's up, Manny?
Go to hashtag passenger stories, and you see a lot of great stories and photos. Hashtag passenger story.
All right, you guys heard it right here. Hashtag Passenger Stories. Definitely check him out on Instagram, Mr.Ferrarii with 2 eyes. Okay? And guys, have a great night. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Like I always said at the end of each show, if you're not living a passionate life, then whose life are you living? Guys, have a great night.
Thank you for having me. A lot of respect for you.
I appreciate you, man. Virtual hug. I'll see you soon.